As humans, we can't stand for this. You know, it's against human rights, it's against international law, what's happening.
When we've got government and opposition who can't say the word ceasefire, then it's down to us, the people, to go out there and march.
It's been entirely misrepresented for political agenda, which I think is incredibly shameful.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We've heard many opinions about why people are going on the march in London. But what do the protesters themselves say? Birmingham youth workers Issa and Abdul Rahman say they'll be there with a simple message.
Opening social media, you see like horrific images, videos of people being murdered in Palestine and in Gaza. I feel like I need to go out there, have a voice, because they've been denied their voice.
And all we're calling for at the moment is a ceasefire for, obviously, Palestinians, the Israelis, and to ensure that there's no bloodshed.
But there are many in the Jewish community who feel that some of the anger here is wrongly directed at them. Language used by some on the march has been anti-Semitic. The Home Secretary had this to say of the protests.
To my mind, there's only one way to describe those marches. They are hate marches.
What do you feel about the Home Secretary's comments describing it as a hate march?
Yeah, I think that, look, it's our right, regardless whether it's to do with Palestinian issues, whether it's to do with Black Lives Matter. Protest is a legal right, and in this country we are allowed to protest legally and lawfully. And my message for anyone who is going to turn up and cause trouble, it's better you just stay at home.
Georgia and Marlon from North London will also be joining the march.
I think that we're stepping into an era where a genocide can be live streamed into our phones, and the people in power who are supposed to protect us are doing nothing.
The counter-argument is this is war, civilians die, and this is a population trying to defend itself by striking back, albeit with more force.
This is not started on October the 7th. I would say you have to go back and look at it in a historical context. Also, I would say it's not a war, because a war you have two equal powers.
Not always, not always.
Well, the Palestinian people do not have the military capacity that the Israelis do.
The march is not planned to go near the cenotaph, but what of protest coming to the capital on a weekend of reflection and mourning?
What about the Armistice Day question? Is that a problem for you?
So armistice means ceasefire. I can't think of a better day to march for ceasefire than on that day. For my relatives who died in the World War I, World War II, I know that they would want us to be turning up to make sure that we reduce conflict, that we save lives.
Others will simply want to remember the sacrifices made to defend this country. It's hoped London is big enough, tolerant enough, policed well enough, that both protest and remembrance can happen peacefully. Jason Farrell, Sky News.